Hello, my friends. It's your friend, the Helpful Mystic. And we have another daily message coming up. But interestingly enough, before we get started with clearing the space, I have a pile of index cards that I work with on the desk. And of course, there we go. The one that came up this morning was deliberate creation. Oftentimes I really don't pay attention. They're just things I scribble and write down. So I thought, I wonder what I can say today about deliberate creation. I really don't know. I would say that right now, be clear in what are you wanting to create, and are you being deliberate with your intention to create it? Many astrologers have spoken of and predicted, the various events that are occurring this month of April being very active. Indeed, I can concur with it as far as it seems that the winter or winters, if you look at the collective from 2019, 20 and 21, seemed long and arduous, and now they are slightly feeling easy and slightly feeling a little less confined, a little less oppressed, even though we still have this global consciousness of unrest and challenges. So this leads me to speak about where Neptune and Jupiter are now conjunct in Pisces. I'm not an astrologer, but I am interested in why is that so important to me, since I'm not an astrologer, and why should I be even paying attention to it? I think it is because there's great opportunity for being intentional and being clear about what it is we want to create, what kind of a platform we're looking for. I've done some work with my channel or group of channel. I call them the alchemists. It's a gathering of folks that come to bring wisdom and truth and a little bit of insight into who we are, what we're here to do, and scratch the surface of purpose. So there's a theory that we all know what our purpose is before we come here. We decide to come into a human embodiment and do work. I'm unclear about that, and I know that these energies will bring the clarity I need to clear it up. Then we spend all this time in the physical world learning the cultures of where we are on the planet. That means cultural, like local culture. The culture of America is different to Africa, is different to South America, is different from Canada, different from France, it's different from all these other places. The cultures are different. So as spiritual beings in a human experience, we're getting used to these cultures. Not to mention the language, emotional language, spiritual language, worship, church, how people are doing things. And as little ones, children under the age of 2 or 3, we are out there, wide open, ready to go. And I would imagine that the intelligence of a child's spirit is, come on, let's go, let's do. I mean, they are so active as young beings, young physical beings. And gradually, slowly but surely, the spiritual gives into what we're taught and what we're realizing and how we're taught, what we're taught and who teaches us. And I'm doing this with my hands because I feel like we're rolling along in the deep. We start to get to adolescence. We start to understand the differences. We start to be taught and understand other people's differences. We start to be told about fear. It starts with the boogeyman under the bed. It starts with adults who are being a little inappropriate. starts with all kinds of things that come along, and we make the mean things, and other people tell us, well, that's what that is, that's what that is. And because we trust those people, we believe it. Fast forward, we go through these lives and these decades following the doctrine of wherever we are, wherever we came into the world, and start to find out now, those of us that are here, that globally, thankfully, because of technology, how we're able to do this with you, the different social media platforms, they're able to reach places. All they need is a signal, and there are so many satellites being put up in space, it's not difficult to get one of those. And then the technology on the ground to bring it to people. The ships out there in the ocean with their sonars and their radars, beaming all sorts of information everywhere. And we're waking up to saying, you know, we're humans and we're being human, but we're really all not that different. And now I think it's intentional to create the kind of communities that we're looking to create. You might be finding in your neck of the woods, all of a sudden, folks are coming together as groups. Not so much let's meet at the coffee shop and have a chit chat about such and such a person's wedding, or that could be one of them. But what was at one point I would call them cliques. It's a gathering, a community, a nucleus. People feel intentional about wanting to do something bigger, more philanthropic. Classic example is the social consciousness of Black Lives Matter and others, but they weren't the first. There were many that came before that. Mothers of Murder's Offspring, Momo, I think it's called. Then there's Pride that went way back, Gay Pride, that went way back to 1969. All of these things have sort of been the foundational platforms that find ourselves meandering and moving now in a world of greater acceptance, greater tolerance, bigger communities. It is easier to have these conversations and to gather with these folks and to bring people together to harmonize everything that's going on. And I'm really not sure where all that came from, but it is linked to deliberate creation, intentional, deliberate creation. So if you're sitting here, and we're going to get to the cards and the message in a minute, but I like to just sometimes chew it over with you and get clear in my own mind. It's helpful. What do we as a group want to deliberately and intentionally create? The lovely bit caveat on the end of it is, if you can get specific, and if you can get detailed, and if you can get really passionate about that, very quickly, because of the way the planets are going and because of the way the earth is moving and things are changing, very quickly you will find other people showing up that will be speaking the same language that you're speaking, which won't surprise you, because now you're learning, oh, wait, I just stick it out there and here it comes. That's what I'm talking about. The instant manifestation of whatever it is we want to do, and whatever we came to here to do, the purpose, will begin to start working its way into our day. And with that, let's get on with the message. We'll start with setting the space. So eyes down, palms up, heart open. I start this because it is a statement at the beginning of a meditation, all meditations, to claim the space that you have the right to be in, to be aware of the space that you are the sovereign of, your own space. You matter to everybody that knows you. So bring your feet to the floor, take a big breath in. Release and let go of anything that's getting in the way of confidence, of love, of peace, of harmony, of well-being, of goodness, of good feeling, all of that. Breathe in ease. Exhale, release struggle. Breathe in peace. Let go of riotous thoughts and feelings. Breathe in balance. Exhale. Breathe in calm. Release, let go of chaos. Breathe in stillness. Let go of agitation. And just connect with your breath. Inhales. Exhales. Inhale. Exhale. Think of the ocean, the lapping of the water against the shore, the soft sound of the water rippling, or the roaring or the hushing. Just get into that relaxing space. Thank you, Father in the sky, Mother in the earth, for connecting me and us to the heavens and the planets, to the grounding of Mother Earth, who supports everything I do, all that we touch, all that we are, all that we build, all that we have. Thank you for stepping in where you've always been. Angels, archangels, earth angels, guardians of the earth, guardians of the animals, guardians of the humans. I welcome you to this space. Thank you for revealing to me what I need to know. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to share with others. So be it, so shall it be. Thank you for answering the call to lead us towards the light. And I set the intention that the message of today be dedicated to the highest growth, the highest truth of all beings everywhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is, so shall it be. Just bring your hands to prayer, center of your chest. Feel yourself vibrating with that simple treatment. The treatment of treating yourself, the treatment of connecting with your higher being. You let yourself come back in the room. I hope that was helpful. I've got comments below the videos sometimes about how having a meditation to ground the space is helpful. So I keep doing it. I do listen and pay attention. Anyway, let's get right to the message of the cards. Once again, for clearing, I am using Angel Tarot cards from Valentine with images by Steve Roberts. And the influence comes from Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray with the artwork by Lily Moses. So let's take those out the way so they're not distracting. First, I'm going to start with what and who of the Angels and Ancestors is influencing today's message or today's card. We have the Earth Guardian. The Earth Guardian, as you can see, is somewhat angelic. Now, there are different realms of the angel world, as I understand. Obviously, archangels, the managers of different things. Then there are earth angels, the ones that seemingly, to my mind and my understanding, somewhat understand the human element, the human experience. I can't say for sure whether these angels, we call them earth angels, were at one point in human form, but here we have the earth guardian and their message, because this is a non-binary, non-gender angel, says stay rooted and grounded. I should point out that the earth guardians is plural. These energies and entities come as a group. It's quite fascinating. I always thought they were singular, like people. And then I'm realizing that people have multiple personalities. And then once I got the fact that, oh, there's multiple dimensions to my personality, even though I'm in human form, and my name is this and my label is that, I have different facets to my personality. I have the joyful Kevin, the angry Kevin, the happy Kevin, the soulful Kevin, the peaceful Kevin, the thoughtful Kevin, the kind Kevin. Those are very much different facets that make up the whole. That is how I explain collective energy. Let's see what the message is. 3 of water. Now, 3 I like because it is basically where you take 1, singular intention, 2, collaboration, you get to 3, let's make something happen. And the 3 of water is about celebrating. Perhaps it's a wedding, a graduation, we have prom season, we've got spring, we're celebrating vegetables and flowers being planted, we're celebrating Easter coming up. If you're Christian or Catholic or, in that Western world, birth announcements, the need to have lots and lots of fun. I would say yes, 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 double explanation, yes to all of that. Fun, frivolity, get near water, nurture yourself, be with friends, tell them how much you care about them and how much they matter to you, particularly now. So, how do you pull these two together? Well, the Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded while you celebrate, as you go. And I would say, my friends, taking a stab at that with my own intuition, listening to my own little spirits up there, have a lot of fun. But just as I said in the very beginning, and this is no joke, be deliberate about the fun that you're having. Create it. Make a difference. Think of this, and I'll let you go. We've got this one day here, now, this moment, with you and I, listening. And it doesn't matter what day you hear it, when you pick it up, think about this. In a minute, in a moment, in an hour, in half a day, at night, whatever we're doing is gone. Where are you stuck in a time that's gone? If you are stuck in a time that's gone, meaning getting a little bogged down with all the things that have happened. I'm hearing, COVID this, COVID that, blame it on COVID, shut down, lockdown, blanca-da-danga-da-do. That's happened. Bye. But if you're in there, you're stuck there, this space for something new, exciting, celebratory, grounding, intentional, deliberate, has no room. So, should have by now, in the end of winter, let go of all of that stuff to make room for all the new stuff. Transformations are huge. We're coming up on eclipse season. Eclipse seasons work a month before and a month after. We have a full moon coming up at the end of the week, I believe. 17th, 18th, somewhere in there. I think the full moon's in Taurus this time. Not sure. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. I feel like I'm babbling on right now. Until next time, be well, be grounded. I love you, and thanks so much for all your support. Bye-bye.